Hello friends, happy Tuesday. It's a little late for me, but today was a busy day, so it was easier for me to go live later. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot. Hopefully you guys all saw my note from earlier today. I, like I said, had a really busy day, so I didn't have time this afternoon to go live, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity to connect with you. It's my favorite day of the week to do my live each Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, but today we're going live at 7. Nate's not home tonight anyway, so I figured I would do a little crafting with my friends. So as I mentioned, it was a busy day today. It was actually pre-order day for the new catalog, which means, hang on one second, we're gonna have a war in here because the cat and the dog are in here. Out, T, go. Shelby, no. Sorry, I meant to close the door before I started because it's always World War III when the cat and the dog are here together. So, I am back. So today was pre-order day for those of us that are demonstrators, and we got to order from the new May through August catalog, which is our new catalog system. We're gonna have 3 catalogs a year, no overlap. So no more annual and seasonal. It'll be 3 catalogs, and there'll be core and annual stuff in both. So the first iteration of this comes out May 5th, actually it goes live, my birthday, Cinco de Mayo. So May through August will be the first one, and then September through December, and then January through April, and that way it'll cover the whole time. And it'll be a little smaller than the annual, but a little bigger than the seasonal ones, so it's going to be really fun. I'm super excited about it. I did my pre-order this morning, which means I'll get actually a copy of that catalog in my hands later this week, so I'm super excited. But look this was my list, right? I had $1,500 worth of stuff on that list, so I had to do some narrowing down. But it is one of the perks of being a demonstrator. We get to order early, and so I got to get all sorts of new goodies. I got 4 new suites. So if you haven't already seen it, I am doing for a little bit longer. You can sign up to get a free catalog with me. You do have to sign up. You can get it from my website. Just go to craftwhatmatters.com and then click at the top banner. It says get your catalog. You can go ahead and click that link, fill out the form, and that will put you on the list. You do need to make a Stampin' Up! Account for me to be able to send you a catalog. I'm sending them straight from Stampin' Up! So you have to be in my customer manager in order for me to be able to select you as a recipient. So if you don't have an account, I will send you an invite to create one. If you do not do that, I won't be able to send you a catalog. So if you've already requested and I sent you one and you need me to resend it, just let me know. Or if you haven't just answered it, you want to make sure you look for that email and opt into that, because otherwise it won't let me select you as a recipient of the catalog. So I do have to get those finalized before the end of the month, so better to do that sooner rather than later. And if you haven't already requested one, you can go to my website, craftwhatmatters.com, and do the selection at the top, and that will allow you to opt into getting a catalog. And if you don't already have an account, then I will send you an invite to go ahead and create that account so that I can send you the catalog. So it's coming soon, and from May 4th to May 15th, I think are the dates. Monday through Friday, I'll be doing a catalog kickoff. So we'll be doing videos each day. I'm not sure if I'll do them here on Facebook or if I'll do them on YouTube, but more details will be coming. I gotta sort that all out. But just know, mark those dates for 10 days, 5 days in the middle of the week. So I won't be doing weekends. I'll be doing a kickoff for the new catalog. So we'll be sharing all sorts of new stuff with you. And I'm super excited about that. So you'll want to have that catalog in your hand. So just go to craftwhatmatters.com to get that from me if you don't already have a demonstrator. All right, let's go ahead and do some stamping. Let me go ahead and flip this around. We'll do a little stamping. All right. So this card that I'm going to show you, I wanted to show it to you for a few reasons. One is because I love this stamp set. It's gorgeous. And 2, this is actually a swap card. So this is the original card. This is from my friend Chris Vicente. This was a team swap. So every month, or actually it's every quarter, I believe, we do a team swap that Chris Vicente organizes for me. And this was her swap card, actually. But we do a swap in the mail. So you get to sign up, and then you make however many sign up. Usually it's about 8 to 10 people that are part of the swap, and you make that many cards and you send them out right to the mailbox of the other recipient. So it's kind of fun to get some fun happy mail once a quarter from your stamping friends. So that's a perk of being part of my team. And so this was the one she made, I think at the beginning of the year. This is with the online exclusives featuring the whatchamacallit, what is this one called? It is called Shell Collecting, and it's a reversible stamp. So that's the other reason why I wanted to showcase this, because I wanted to showcase how this stamp set works. I did show it a few weeks ago in a different card, and that was really fun too. You guys really liked it, so I figured I'd show you another one. And then I also wanted to share this card because when I was recreating it, I did not have the same stuff as she did. So I was missing this pattern paper. I thought I had it, and I did not. And then my Calypso Coral ink pad went missing as well. So I edited my card. So this is my version. So you can kind of see I just switched up the pattern paper and switched up the colors. I accidentally switched up the way the shell goes, which I don't think it really matters. But kind of the same idea, but a little bit of different embellishments, but everything else is kind of the same. So I thought I would share with you how this set works, because I think it's really, really fun. So I already have it all set up, because like I said, this was one of the card class cards. So I need to make up the rest of these anyway, because I want to send them as thank you cards, because I am way behind on my thank you cards. So let me show you how this works. All right, so card class in person here on the Cape is once a month. It's typically the third Monday of the month. Next month it's actually the last Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern in Harwich, Mass. So if you want details on that, you can always email me. But we have fun. We do 4 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. I should have brought the other ones up just so you could see what we made this time around, and I totally did not. They're still downstairs, actually. I just grabbed this box. But we made 4. We made an Easter card, this card, and then 2 others, which were really fun too. And I'm really sad that I didn't bring them up. Sorry about that. I didn't even think about it. All right, so this is just a 4x4¼ piece that I stuck inside for your sentiment. I don't usually stamp anything inside. I usually just write a message inside, and I leave them blank so that depending on what the occasion is, I can update that. All right, so let me show you the magic of this one. So I just have a scrap piece of white here. And we're gonna have, so we have the shell, the scallop shell, the little like conch shell. It's not really a conch shell. It's a different type of shell. I don't know what the, periwinkle. I don't know what that is. And then the little starfish, which has a dog hair in it. There we go. And what we're doing is actually, I'm gonna flip these all over to the flat side of the stamp. So you want the flat part. This is flat, and this is flat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our ink pads and we're gonna do, let's start with the lightest one because you'll probably not even be able to see it. And I probably should have something under here, but we'll just make sure we do good pressure. It actually works really well if you have a stamping mat or something under here. Do I have one handy? Actually, I do. Here, let's use this. Just to give a little more cushion. When you have a solid stamp like this without a lot of detail, you just want to be able to get really good pressure in order to get the full image correctly. You can use like a catalog, you could use a mat, you can use a bunch of things, but you just want to make sure you have a really good flat surface and a little cushioning. So I inked up the back side, so that's the flat side. I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm going to stamp it on here. And you won't really be able to see this one very well because it's super light, but that's that step. Okay, I'm gonna leave this over here because I'm gonna need to clean that. Let's do the same thing with the other ones. Hi, Michelle. All right, so now again, this is the flat side of the stamp. I'm gonna ink it up. I'm gonna stamp it off, and then I'm gonna stamp it on my cardstock. Okay, so these are called reversibles, but they're kind of like two-step stamping without as many stamps, right? So this one was peach pie, this was basic beige, and then this one is pretty peacock. And again, you could kind of switch up your colors. I'm just gonna stamp this off up here, and then I'm going to stamp it here. Okay, now we need to clean these stamps, and actually I did not bring my cleaner, my stamp cleaner up here. Oh, and I can leave these open. I think that's still downstairs too. Let's see, and all of these are hard. So we're gonna pretend I cleaned them. Yikes, you do really want to clean these off, because if you leave the ink on here and don't clean them off, it just kind of makes it less sticky, right? It's gonna not make your stamps perform as well. So I'm just going to pretend like I clean them off. Don't do what I do, right? You want to clean those as best as you can. See how this one's already not sticking well? So now I will do that. And then I'm going to clean off this one as best as I can without my scrub. And then we're going to flip that one too. Okay, so now we're going to go back over. This is now the detail side, not the reverse side. And we're going to ink that up. And I'm going to go right over that first image. And like I said, you probably can't see it because it's super light. And actually I was a little off, but you won't even notice. All right, you'll see it better in these two. So now we're going to go ahead and stamp right over that first part. And I'm not stamping off this time. So you get that two color kind of look. So it's almost like it is like a two-step stamp, but it's just with the same stamp. All right, and then we're going to do the last one here. Like that. Then I missed a little bit, but this stamp set is super forgiving because I'm going to actually cut those out anyway. The one bummer about this stamp set is they don't have dies to go with it. So we do have to fussy cut. I know some of you hate fussy cutting, I'm sure, but I actually don't mind it, although it is a little more stressful when you're on TV, as they say, right, on live video. I should have probably stamped some ahead and cut it in advance just so that it would be a little less time, but this way we get to chat a little bit. So, yeah, I really love this stamp set. And it's going to work really well with a couple of new things I just ordered. One is the Rolling Waves bundle, which just came back into stock. So even though that's from the last online exclusive release in January, it's now back in stock, and I just got that one. I will definitely share that one with you guys too. You know I love all things beachy since I'm on Cape Cod. So I'm excited to play with that one, and I feel like these shells will work nicely with that collection too. So I'll definitely share more of this. And then there's a new collection that I ordered, the whole suite in the new catalog, called Waterside Retreat. And that one's really cute too. I think it's more supposed to be more like lake life kind of feel, but I feel like you could definitely use this with that too. All right, so there's one. All right, hi Susan. Yeah, I love this reversible stamps technique. It's super fun. There's a few different ones, I think. I don't know what other ones are current right now. I'll have to look, and I'll share a post with our reversibles because they are really cool to play with. And it gives you like double, because you don't have to use it with the back side, right? We could just do the detail and that would still be pretty too. And then you could color it in too if you wanted to, right? So there's definitely a lot of options you could do with this stamp set. This one does not have any sentiments though. So that is one thing to keep in mind. You'll want to grab a good sentiment set to go with this, and I'll share with you which set I'm using. And the girls that were with me on Monday at card class yesterday are probably gonna be mad because the stamps that I brought, the bundle, has a flag punch that goes with it, and I forgot to bring it to class and I didn't tell them, so they had to hand snip their little flags. So I'm going to show you the must-have punch if you don't like doing that. But give me 1 second to finish cutting this one. Yeah, Michelle, you're going to love it. I think you'll really like this one. And I feel like this will be really great too for my scrapbookers, because these shells, as much as, you know, you do have to fussy cut them, but can you imagine like a beach layout with a bunch of these little like shells and clusters on your page? I think that will be gorgeous. So I'm definitely going to have to do some scrapbooking with this too. Sorry, words are hard at this time of the night. Let's be honest, words are hard for me at all times of the day. And there's that. And there's actually that beach time workshop kit and collection, so that would be really good too. All right, I'm gonna grab my, so this is the punch I'm talking about, and this is the stamp set, so the banner sayings. I'm gonna make mine all into thank you cards because that's what I need right now, but all of these sentiments would fit on these banners. So I just actually, you could do it before or after. Hopefully this is big enough. It's a little tight, but I'm gonna actually just go ahead and punch out the banner here like that. So those of you that were at card class the other day, I apologize. I forgot to bring the punch with me because I had planned to. But I love this punch, and I do banners and flags all the time. It's even got an arrow one, so this is a great one to have in your stash. I believe it is back in stock. It was out of stock for a really long time because I think a lot of people have the same fear of making those. I'm sorry, Michelle. Next one is April 27th. Put it in your calendar so you don't miss us. Yeah, so I think a lot of people have a fear of making those flags, and that's why that punch kept selling out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. There we go. And again, this design was by my friend, Chris Vicenti, one of my team members. She did the original design, and I just loved it, so I totally copied it. All right, so we have our card base. I did already pre-emboss this for them. That's the good part of my card classes. I do try to do all of that work for you ahead of time so the class goes pretty quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and just carefully add some adhesive to this. I will say when you're going against the grain, so to say, with textured cardstock and Stampin' Seal, it's just so strong, it tends to pull it up. So you have to be very gentle. Hello, Bev. Yes, Michelle, same time, same place. So 2 p.m. Eastern on April 27th at the Harwich 204. So yes, and it's usually the third Monday of the month, but for whatever reason, I think just because we had a little extra time next month and because, I don't know why, honestly, because that's the week I'm going on a crop. So I don't know. I just like a challenge, I guess. But yes, April 27th at 2 p.m. Eastern. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And if you haven't been to card class, but you'd like to give it a try, and you're here locally on the Cape, just let me know at least 3 days in advance because I do prep the cards so that they're ready to go, and I want to make sure I have enough for you. I did this pattern paper. It's actually from the Perennial Lavender collection, which I think is retired now. It might be sold out. I'm not sure, but it was a very popular, very purple, but there was this one sheet here that had the greens, and it looked like seaweed a little bit, so that's why I used this one. All right, so that's going to go over this, but before I do that, I want to use, I am in Massachusetts, so Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Thank you for answering, Susan. I know. So I'm sure if you look, though, you might be able to find a demonstrator in your area that does card classes. I didn't for a really long time, actually. After COVID, I stopped doing them in person, and then we just brought them back last summer, and it's been so much fun to get together and craft each month. All right, so I'm going to just tie this in a, Chrissy, I'd love to know where you are watching from. Oh, actually, it says Melbourne, Victoria. Is that correct? Oh my goodness, you're in Australia. That's amazing. Definitely on my bucket list to visit. All right, so I'm going to just tie a knot here. And I'll tie a little bow. And just a trick here too is like sometimes we try and make a bow with like little tiny bits of thread left. Like I had plenty here, but like say if you're over here and you're trying to tie a bow and there's not enough string, just move it to another part where there is, and you can always move it after you're done. So now that it's tied, I don't glue it down, so I can actually move this to the other side. So it doesn't really matter where you make the bow as long as you position it before you tape it down. All right, and I'm going to trim these off because I don't want them that long. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this down flat. I'm going to move this down a little bit. All right, and then we'll put Stampin' Seal Plus. That is my adhesive of choice. It's just a little bit stronger, and it's easier to work with, I think, than the regular Stampin' Seal, personally. All right, I'm going to go ahead, tape that down. And then this is going to go down with dimensionals. And I have some minis here. These are like my most used thing in my craft room. I love to put dimensionals on everything. It just gives a little lift. Maybe being 4'11", I like a little lift, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Oh, you're in New Jersey. Okay. I must have been hovering over something else. But I'm sure there's demos down there too, so hopefully you can find one that actually does classes too. So I'm just going to put this one on flat here, kind of tucked under the ribbon a little bit. This is still a little big, so I'm going to make this a little less big. All right, and then I'm going to trim this down again. There we go. All right, so now these two I popped up. I don't know what happened to my full-size dimensionals, but we'll just use these because they're here. And actually, this is good to use the sides because they work just as well, my friends. All right, put that down, and then we just need one more little piece here. And then we'll take off the backing and attach that. Oh, I'll do it this way. The way Chris had it, I do kind of like it better that way. We'll attach that down. Okay. And then where's my other one? Here it is. We'll do, so this one's going to kind of overlap a little, so I'm just going to use regular adhesive over here and then maybe like one little dimensional piece. Well, since I got minis, I'll do two little minis right here and then just a little bit of regular adhesive on the other side. Oh, it looks like I'm out of adhesive here. Here I'm saying, oh, it's so much, yeah, it's out. Okay, that's all right. We'll just do a little glue. All right, gotta take these off. Okay, like so. And then we'll overlap this. There we go. And let that set up for a minute. Okay, and then, oh no, my Wink of Stella isn't in here. It must have got put in a different, oh, no, that's not it. Oh, bummer. I do have Wink of Stella, a little bit of glitz to put on there, but I don't have it here. But we do need some bling. So let me go ahead. Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for sharing, and thanks for joining me. We are making one of my card class cards. If you missed it at the beginning, I am going to be doing a new catalog kickoff in May. I can't find my take your pick tool. There it is. In May, and that will be to launch our new catalog, which comes out May through August. This week is the last week to request a catalog from me, so that you'll get it in the mail and have it before my 2-week kickoff. So Monday through Friday, May 4th through 15th, I will be doing some videos and some fun, events and sharing with the new catalog. So if you'd like a new catalog and you don't have a demonstrator, just go to my website, craftwhatmatters.com, and fill out the form that's linked at the very top, and then I will get you on the list. You may, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Account, you may be asked to create one in order for me to be able to select you. You have to have an account on StampinUp.com in order for me to be able to select for you to get a catalog. So if you get that invite, just make sure you do that so that I can send you the actual catalog. But those are going out next week, and if you don't already have a demonstrator, I'd love to send one to you. We're going to have all sorts of fun with these new products. So here we go. This was the original that my friend Chris made, and then, like I said, because I didn't have the same paper and I was missing, I don't know what happened to my ink, I ended up just changing up the colors a little bit and doing something a little bit different. So here you have it. But I love this stamp set and I love this card. I think it's really fun. If you haven't got this stamp set, it's a fun one. It's only like $21, I think. So it's a good price point, and you can mix it up with any kind of colors, right? So you could make it more masculine if you wanted to do more of a guy card. You could, change up the shells. You could do all sorts of stuff. So that is the finished project. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day. Again, if you want to grab that catalog, just go to craftwhatmatters.com and do that quickly, because the form will be shutting off shortly. So I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks so much for watching me, and I will be back again probably at 2 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday with another project. Bye for now. Have a great week.